As spring home projects begin, one of the things you may not be thinking about is safety refresh. From checking to make sure your flashlight batteries are still good, I'm bad at that, to
Mhm.
discussing safety protocols with your children and what to do in an emergency. Spring is the perfect time to recheck your checklist. Now, known on social media as Mom Friend, I have Cathy Pedreas, author known for her home safety and technology advice, and she's joining us with some important tips. Good morning, Cathy. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us. So, Cathy, you say we should be saving or having safety conversations. What should that entail?
Yeah, I mean, these are conversations we need to have with the entire family, but as a mom, some examples that have come up in my life recently are thinking about whether my kids know what an emergency is, like how to identify it, and then what do they do when that instance comes up? Do they know how to respond? Do they know how to make an emergency call? That's changed a lot in past generations. um, and do they know what to do if they get locked out of the home? Do they have trusted adults that they can go to if parents are a little bit intimidating? So it's across the board, but especially with kids, it's something that we can really start talking about early and often.
Definitely. Now, spring's an ideal time to refresh our homes, and you say that we should be include a safety check. Now, where do we start?
Yeah, so this is a checklist just like your spring cleaning checklist. This is an extra one for safety, and you can even actually write this down as a physical checklist so you can refer to it in the future. But take a look around your home and look for hazards. It'll vary a little bit depending on what your family is like, right? If you have young kids, older kids, but look for things like tripping hazards. Look for things that can fall, garden sculptures. Some of those are really heavy and kind of topsy-turvy, right? So that's something to consider. And also think about maybe some life changes that you've experienced. So, for example, say you moved, say you renovated and had a lot of people coming in and out of the home, say you ended a relationship. That might be a time when you want to change the locks on your home. But fortunately, if you have quick set products, there's a technology that you probably already have on your lock called Smart Key, which allows you to rekey your lock on your own. You don't need to hire a locksmith. It's a DIY kind of thing, very easy. Don't need to change any hardware. So all you do is you put the old key in, you turn it. There's a little pin that you pop in, you just kind of push it a little bit, pull both of those out, put a new key in, turn it again, and you have changed the locks by yourself. You can do this at 1 in the morning or at 5 p.m. Like no limitations here. It's important.
Wow, that's interesting to know. Seriously. Now,
You might
spring
have
is,
it.
yeah, spring is also a perfect opportunity for a quick digital spring clean with safety in mind. What are some steps that we can take?
Yeah, so make sure you're keeping your apps updated, especially if you have smart home devices. That's something you want to do regularly. You don't always get that pop up that says update now, right? You have to go into the App Store and check that on your own. And also, there's security apps and all of that. If you get compromised passwords, which a lot of us have, make sure you're updating those regularly, enabling two-factor authentication whenever possible. And again, thinking of those smart home devices, a lot of us share access codes. It could be baby cameras, it could be a smart lock. It could even be in between devices. Review that you're sharing the codes or the access with things that you actually want to be sharing it with and revoking it when it's not necessary. And then as you get emails, if there's any junk in there, just unsubscribe, clean it out. That's just extra data.
Now, to combine style and home safety effectively, what should we focus on?
So in terms of the home, especially right now with spring, I know we're doing a lot of gardening. Overrun landscaping is a safety issue, but it's also a style thing, right? So that's something to think about. Again, the tripping hazards, it's something to think about, but also lighting. That's something that you can do outside of your home. It's very important for safety, but even inside your home, there's something called the Halifax LED lever. It is a door lever that has a motion censored LED light, battery operated, so you don't have to hardwire anything. Motion censored LED light built into it. So imagine in the middle of the night, you're trying to get to the door, it's pitch dark, that light pops on so you could at least find the door level. So there's little ways that we can incorporate this, whether this is with technology or even doing something as basic as checking your first aid kit. Medications expire, bandages lose their stickiness, fire extinguishers expire, carbon monoxide detectors, need battery refreshes. So do all of that kind of stuff too. And then if you want to zhuzh it up a little, you can get fancy with an LED door lever.
I like that. Now, Cathy, where can our viewers go for more information?
So I'm on all social media with my tips, but the specific products that I mentioned, the Smart Key, that lever, you can find it on quickset.com. And there's also demonstrations to show you how to do that rekey technology.
I love it. Cathy Pedreas is a safety and cybersecurity expert with a passion for all things home tech. She's telling us about safety. And the one thing she reminded me of is spring cleaning that I need to get started with. So, Cathy, thank you for joining us on Morning Blend.
I'm not sure if I should apologize, but you're welcome.
No, I appreciate it. I need to get moving. Thanks again.
You're welcome.